Hello, everybody out there, and welcome to the debut NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series event here on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, presented by the best beard in NR, Levi McIntire, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series. Here to welcome you to the Budweiser Shootout weekend here as we kick off Speed Weeks here at Daytona. But before the main Bud Shootout, we're going to start things off with an 8-lap LCQ where the top 5 have a chance to advance to the main event, the Bud Shootout. Joining me for co-commentary, please welcome 3 regulars of NNSCRA. Please welcome Michael Norman, Dylan Young, and Anthony McCurry. How are you
I got
gentlemen
confused
doing?
first.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep, and just to say, it's a pleasure being at Daytona as always, my home racetrack.
And you've won
Truck
here in the
series will
past, too.
happen, I promise.
Oh, boy.
What did you say, Levi?
I said you won here in the past in Walmart Cup.
It's Daytona. I love Daytona. Daytona, Talladega, any restrictor plate track. I am very, very, very love it so much.
Indeed. So yeah, of course, this is the LCQ event where it's going to be 24 drivers racing for just 8 laps, and the top 5, whoever's in the top 5 at the final lap, will advance over to the Budweiser Shootout race itself. So this is going to be an interesting short race before we get to the actual shootout itself. And as you see a look at the starting lineup, and looking through the lineup, we have 6 rookies this season. And can you believe some of these names had never been in Walmart Cup until now? People like Ryan Acosta, Carson Gum, DJ Curtis, Austin Mongold, Tim Walsh, and Zach Buchanan. So this is actually going to be maybe one of the best seasons we'll ever have in terms of rookie of the season battles because of the magnitude of the rookies we have this season as compared to seasons in the past. So without further ado, the top 10 in the starting lineup. Daniel Day, who's making his first start in a Walmart Cup race, even if it's non-points. This is his first race since season 5, I believe. Season 4 or 5. I'd have to go back to some of those races. But PJ Williams will be starting in second. Then in the second row, you have 2 of the debuting Dodge Dart cars, but for separate teams. Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Acosta. And then it's Dylan Poteet, Danny Wells, Matt McIntyre, Carson Gum, DJ Curtis, and Kyle Matthews. And with that said, let's go ahead and get the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there you have it. So, starting in the last row, look at that, ironically enough, and they both had the same lap time in qualifying, Charles Jackson and Charles Sanford. And all 4 of us were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, it's like, I want to be last. I want to be last. No, I'm going to be last.
And Charles Sanford, unfortunately, is going to be the one who is starting in the for sure dead last spot. But as I'm looking throughout the field, as you see the Dodge Darts right there, one for Richard Petty Motorsports, one for Evernham Motorsports, Zachary Fitzwater in the 9, Ryan Acosta in the 10, and then we got a couple more up here. Right there in the 45, that is Tim Walsh in the 45 Dodge Dart, who's teammates with Ryan Acosta. And then as we go to helicopter camera to look for the fourth one, the fourth one is Joshua Collard, and he's already locked into the Bud Shootout as a result of setting a record last season of 5 poles in Season 7 Walmart Cup, which is unheard of considering how qualifying goes here in this series. But, gentlemen, considering how this track is, being restrictor plate specific, anybody can win pretty much. But who are some drivers you are looking at that could get into the top 5 to transfer over to the shootout? We'll start with you, Anthony.
Well, as I look at the field right now, I'm actually looking forward to seeing. I wish everyone can make it in, but obviously that can't happen. But I'm gonna go with Charles Sanford, even though he's at the very back. Me and Charles get along really well, and I like his driving style. So I kind of want to see a guy go from the back to the front and win. So I'm gonna go with Sanford.
All right, and real quick, here we go. A boogity, 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 let's go racing. All right, Michael, what about you? Michael?
Very insightful.
Oh, and we get a wreck. James McLeod
no.
turns around, and whoa, and in a multi-car accident.
Oh,
Who was
no,
that back there?
squishy.
Oh, that was Angel Navarro that got involved in the 19, Bob Jones's teammate.
So much for choosing him.
And there's Zach
Is
Buchanan.
Squishy okay?
Yeah, he appears to be okay. But Zach Buchanan was involved, and the first car I saw go around was that car, the 83 of Dougie Shears.
Looks like he was okay though.
And they're racing back to the line.
Oh, that 14. I didn't like how was leaning there, but he got out of it though.
It's going to be close to who's going to lead to the caution. Wow. P.J. Williams, I think, got him by a bumper. Let's see. Yes, he did.
That was a very close battle right there.
And he's up into the wall for some reason, but he got off. But P.J. Williams in the 88 this season, and he is your leader.
Oh.
I have no idea what they're doing right now. So much confusion.
They wrecked on lap 1 heading into turn number 1. That's a thing where that surprised me the most.
Indeed, it does, but
I got pizza for us, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder you couldn't answer the question.
Sorry.
No wonder why he
Too
didn't
busy
answer
getting
the
us
question.
go juice though. He was getting us sustenance.
Yeah, he's like
I think
4.
what I was going to say, though, is before Michael was going to make his pick while he was getting the pizza, was that I was going to really look at the 41 to probably get into the top 5. I really could have seen the Dr. Pepper car really get in there because, why, it's Dr. Pepper. But,
yeah, and that's Sean.
I could have seen it.
And that is Sean Galligan in the 41 this season. But anyways, before we take a look at a replay, Michael, who would you say would be some interesting drivers that you would love to see make it in the top 5 to transfer over to the shootout?
Well, I would say I'd like to see Dylan Young win it all in that number 2 back there.
Oh.
But I can see drivers like maybe Shelton and Sanford and others get up into the top 5. They know how to get around at Daytona. So it'll be interesting for me to see them get into the top 5 to transfer.
I'm just going to say the bad news for them is that's the last thing they need to see as a caution because then they got to really work their way up to get into the top 5. So it's going to be a tough battle right there.
Not exactly, because remember, you know how fast you can lose your top 5 at this track in just one lap?
Yeah.
True.
All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at a replay of what brought the caution out for the first time tonight here at Daytona. Well, looked like it was leaning going on between Tim Walsh and Jessica Sheldon, and Walsh gets into James McLeod, and in turn gets down into Dougie Shears, who makes a miraculous save. But then he comes back up in the Bob Jones, Zach Buchanan, and Angel Navarro, and that's what's going to collect them. And wow, Sheldon just barely squeezed by the sideways number 19 of Navarro, but let's try and take a look at that one more time to see.
I think how I seen it right there was that if you look at it from the helicopter view, the 45 of Walsh and 25 of Sheldon, they were in a really bad situation. They were kind of crowding the 51's left corner panel right there, and then the 51 just gets clipped going into Dougie and then just goes on from there.
Yeah, and then
McLeod, though, give credit to him. He made a nice save, though.
Yep.
Right up into the wall.
Right up in the 2 Joe Gibbs cars of Angel Navarro, Bob Jones, and Zach Buchanan. Excuse me, right there, and Zach Buchanan.
City.
Indeed. But
Suplex City.
Yes.
But anyways, that was a look at the replay. Let's go ahead and take you to the restart here in the LCQ for the Bud Shootout. Well, no cars retired out of the race after that first caution, so that's a good sign, but a couple cars may be slowing off the pace as a result of getting damaged. But P.J. Williams is the leader, second Daniel Day, third DJ Curtis, fourth Zachary Fitzwater, fifth Dylan Poteet, sixth Dylan Young, seventh Ryan Acosta, 8th, Sean Galligan. 9th, Danny Wells. 10th, Matt McIntire. 11th, Johnny Gardner. 12th is Austin Mongold. Don't blink. 13th is Tanner Sullivan. 14th is Carson Gum. 15th, Kyle Matthews. 16th, Tim Walsh. 17th, Charles Sanford. 18th, Charles Jackson. 19th, Jessica Sheldon. 20th, Dougie Shears. 21st, Zach Buchanan. 22nd, Bob Jones. 23rd, James McLeod. And then 24th, Angel Navarro.
If only Austin Mongold had a blinky car, I would definitely see why.
Oh, don't tempt Seth because he will.
I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Pac-Man,
But it
baby.
looks like when we go crossing the stripe, when they take the green flag, it'll be about 3 laps to go. So
They're
it's
going to
do or
have to
die
hustle
for
now.
Everyone.
They're going to have to hustle to try to get
As
to the
races
top 5.
First go to get 2 and 3 wide. We'll see a whole new top 5 probably by lap 7.
So,
I
yes,
think
indeed.
so. I can see it happening, unless a quick caution comes out just like that. But you never know. Stranger things can happen.
Yeah, and also with Carson Gum's name, I'm so trying hard to not say Garson Cum every
You
time.
just did it.
The struggle is real.
Exactly, because it's just such a joke to him that I can't help it.
I think the drivers I really could see that could fall off the top 5 right away could be Fitzwater and Pote. It's just something about them where they're at. They're in a bad situation. This green flag is out, and I spoke too soon about Pote.
Yeah, Dylan Pote immediately goes to the outside, which is not a good thing to do, and Dylan Young will be able to get the inside run on him.
Or not.
Well, maybe not.
And Zachary Fitzwater may actually fall back a little bit because he doesn't have any draft help right now.
Someone's phone just went off with a ding.
That was mine.
In
Dylan's
the meantime,
caught up on the outside now. Not a good spot for these drivers to be on the outside.
yeah, basically on the outside, you're in a lot of trouble. And here comes Fitzwater. I thought he was going to fall back, but I guess not.
I saw Shelton get behind Sanford and Jackson behind Shelton, so they're going to try to make a charge up to the front.
And there's 3 wide behind, and that's with Tanner Sullivan, Johnny Gardner, and Matt McIntire, who McIntire did have teammate Danny Wells behind him, and now he leaves him out as they're coming to the stripe to take 2 laps to go here in the LCQ.
I just noticed the 20 tried to cut off the 2 right there and almost got himself turned, so he had to go back up to the high line.
Todd Piper of Daytona, the 88 car.
And now here comes Poteet for the top spot with Sean Galligan pushing him.
Dylan, you spoke too early about Dylan Poteet.
I did. I thought he was going to fall back, but I guess not. He proved me wrong. Galligan up to 2nd. Here comes the 10.
Of Ryan
Up to
Acosta with Austin Mongold pushing him.
Tell you what, as long as he doesn't blink, he'll be fine.
Ooh, that 4-top twisted 19 right there on the inside. That was close.
All
It
right,
looks like,
and
Getting really testy behind too.
I think it's safe to say Pote may have just got himself into the top 5, but no promise. The white flag is out.
No
Yep.
But the question is, who's going to be others that's going to transfer?
No lapped cars to deal with, and just like I said, by lap 7, there was a completely new top 5.
and now here comes Acosta for the lead now.
Oh,
And look at that, 3 wide behind 3rd place Daniel Day in the 12 trying to get up there again.
16 did not know who to go with. Now he goes to the inside to help the 10. Will he try to go for the lead himself?
I think
I don't
16
know.
and the 10, safe to say, they're going to advance. But who's going to be the other 3?
Yeah, because it's going to
39
get
behind,
crazy.
Trying to get down on
Oh,
the inside of the
39
floor.
Oh, there goes Danny Wells!
Wow, there's your top 5 right there.
And it's the big one right here.
Of course I'm involved, damn it.
And Galligan's in it. There's Williams, Wells, Walsh.
Oh!
There's Dylan Young, and the checkered flag is out, and Ryan Acosta wins the Bud Shootout LCQ with Austin Mongold.
From 5th and 6th place. That was where it really counted.
Yeah, with Austin Mongold gonna get 2nd, 3rd Daniel Day, 4th Dylan Poteet, 5th Zachary Fitzwater. All advance to the Budweiser Shootout coming up in just a moment, but
I
man,
guarantee
that
you
was
the top
crazy.
5, they really wanted to see that wreck happen, and that really helped out. And I think who started it was what Wells kind of leaned on someone, and
It looked like he came down in front of his teammate Johnny Gardner, and that's what started it.
39 ran in way too hot trying to get into the top 5, but ended up collecting the 4.
Yeah, so 2 Tweenix teammates aren't going to be happy with each other. So
No, chaos. The 2 teammates getting together, chaos ensued. That was a gutsy move, but I don't think it was quite enough for him to make it.
Yeah. But hey, it's the last lap at Daytona, and regardless to what kind of race it is, all bets are off.
Yeah, true.
But as a look at the rest of the results, Tanner Sullivan gets 6th place, then 7th Matt McIntire, 8th Charles Sanford, 9th Johnny Gardner, and then 10th DJ Curtis. And then the rest of the top 20 was Kyle Matthews, Jessica Sheldon, Charles Jackson, Carson Gum, Dougie Shears, James McLeod, Zach Buchanan, Dylan Young, Angel Navarro, PJ Williams, and then Danny Wells, Tim Walsh, Bob Jones, and then dead last is going to be Sean Galligan. But that was a really interesting 8-lap LCQ event, and those 5 of Acosta, Mongold, Day, Poteet, and Fitzwater are all going to advance to the Budweiser Shootout coming up, which will be double the laps, 16-lap event, and it should be even crazier considering the drivers we have in that race. But don't go away. We'll be right back with the Budweiser Shootout. And welcome back. We are back for the Budweiser Shootout. So it's 16 laps. And here is your starting lineup for that race as far as the top 10. Preston Plord will be on the pole. Then it's Trent Dunham, Michael Norman, Austin LaPlante, Daniel Day, Chris Michaels, then Chris Washer, Dylan Thoreau, Rue McIntyre, and Seth Cole starting in the top 10. Then in the last row is Stephen Pollard III and Austin Mongold. But you got other drivers in this field that could have a shot. Guys like David Rivera, our defending champion, Dorian Facepuncher, Anthony McCrory, Jesse Setti, and a lot of others. So this is going to be interesting. And no, I am not going to answer that phone. Thank you very much. But let's go ahead and get this command underway for the Bud Shootout, shall we?
Drivers,
This
start
show.
your engines!
And there you have it. So now with the top 5 rule pretty much out the window, it's all about now winning this race. Who all do you think could have a chance to win this here event? We'll start with you, Dylan.
Ooh, all eyes going to me. Well, I'm going to go Michael Norman.
Interesting.
He didn't mean the LCQ. I may as well repay the favor.
Well, Michael Norman is a former winner of Daytona in the past here in the Walmart Cup, so he definitely... And he's pretty much arguably the best plate racer in Walmart Cup history, because pretty much half of his wins have come on plate tracks. So we'll see how it happens. But McCrory, what about you?
So many cars, so many drivers. Who do I pick? Can I pick the pace car?
That sounds like something Chevy Impala would say.
Yeah. Just because I want to go for it. I want that 3-car to win. I haven't seen the 3-car win in any series in a while. Well, I know it's won in a lot of series, but I haven't seen it win in a while, so I want to see the 3-car win.
All right, Michael.
I'm not very familiar with the name. Sorry about that.
As apparently the most popular person in the field, thank you guys, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I actually think that I'm gonna pick that 24. I forgot who drives it, but
Chris Washer.
I'm gonna go with Chris Washington in the 24. We'll see if that 24 3M Chevrolet can be in victory lane at the end of this.
And maybe this could be good luck for Washer, because if you remember, in the first 3 seasons of Walmart Cup's history, Chris Washer was in that 24, and he did win at least one race each season, made the chase, and ever since he'd been out of that car, he'd been having consistently bad luck. But here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go shootout racing. And Preston Plord moving away from the 42 this season to move on to the returning 21 car. And the 21 this season, no longer a part of Wood Brothers Racing. It's going to be a part of Roush Fenway. And I see 4 wide back there.
And already we just had a wreck.
Oh, there they go. Oh, and it's multiple cars. Oh, it's kind of the big one.
Oh, another slide. I don't know who that is.
That's
there.
McCrory going for a slide, but he's going to keep it off the wall. Well, he's going to keep it off the wall, which is good. I can't even tell who all was in it.
There had to be at least 7, 8 cars involved.
And
But
Daniel
looks like
Day
James
gonna get to the
Line,
front.
The 12 car, who was a part of the LCQ, is going to lead them down.
Yeah, Daniel Day going to lead lap number 1 here in the shootout, as the
Daniel
caution's
Day.
already out.
Caution flag up the beginning on lap number 1 of 16. So that'll break down a couple, like 4 laps for these drivers to kind of cool down a little bit.
Yeah. I don't see like major damage on any of these cars, so they're all gonna most likely be able to keep
the only one
going.
who's got the most damage out of all had to be the 22. That really had to be the big damage.
At this moment, I do believe that Anthony McCurry has kind of stepped out of the booth for a second.
Which he did. Yep, the 22, yeah, it looks like he's got damage the most out of anybody. He really has the significant... Oh, it's a stack up!
Uh-oh. Zachary Fitzwater stacking
Guys,
up.
look
Oh,
out,
slow
slow
down. No, they don't.
Nope.
Of course, that's what
And
happened.
failure.
Got more damage. Anthony, are you back?
Yeah, what are these ARCA brakes?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Really.
Yeah.
I think we got radio chair from the 61. I think we found out what he said.
Yeah.
these ARCA-
What are these ARCA brakes?
Oh,
We have
boy.
confirmed ARCA brakes are in this season.
Too, that Anthony McCurry's crew chief is Ed.
Ed
Yes.
Black.
Yes, he is.
Daniel
I
Day,
think
though,
we
is-
need.
yeah.
I think we need more wedge, Eddie.
Well, anyways,
Daniel Day's leading them down. Those we're on lap 2 of 16, and there's one of the drivers heading
Fitzwater.
down pit road right now, and it's Fitzwater. Yay!
all right, well, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at a replay of what brought the caution out for the first time here at the Budweiser Shootout at Daytona. Well, it wasn't that 4 wide situation that caused the caution. It looked like it was a bumper grab situation right there. Seth Cole getting into Dylan Thoreau, and then that pretty much starts the melee here. And then right
Wait till you see
there,
right there.
up there, yeah, it was Ryan Acosta getting sandwiched between David Rivera and Anthony McCrory, and luckily they didn't hit anything, so they were able to keep going. But as we saw during the pace laps, the field got stacked up and caused even
I
more
wondered
crap.
Who started the stack up though? Is the one thing I wanted to know, but that was very odd though. I think if I remember correctly, I believe who started the stack up had to be.
It looked like between Silver Fox and Fitzwater.
Dang, yeah, let's go back. No, happened.
It was Silver Fox.
I think is where they stacked up right where the 8 was, because the 15 was trying to get on by, and then this, from 34 on back, they were just trying to, get out of the way, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, Dorian Face Puncher gets into Silver Fox, and Fitzwater into Face Puncher. And then here comes the 99 of Dylan Thoreau, Anthony McCurry, and Jesse Setti, and they're all going to pile in right
Yeah, just
there.
Not enough break. Not enough break.
Like McCurry said, it's ARCA brakes. It happens.
What are these ARCA brakes?
Right? But
So I think about
anyways,
6 drivers really got a lot of damage from the stack up. You really look at McCurry, Setti, Fitzwater,
Face
Silverfox,
Puncher.
and a few others. Yeah, they
Yeah.
really got it badly. So we're
so
gonna see.
they
some
may
cars on
end
the
up
race.
retiring, or they're going to be on track and off the pace. But let's go ahead and take you to the restart here at the shootout. Well, 2 cars retired out of the race somehow, or shockingly, I should say. I thought there would be 5 or more, but Jesse Setti, Dylan Thoreau have officially put their cars over the wall. Their nights are done. Not a good start to Speedweeks for them, because coming after this race will be Daytona 500 qualifying coming soon. But anyways, Daniel Day is the leader. 2nd is Chris Washer. 3rd, Preston Plord. 4th, Trent Dunham. 5th, Rue McIntire. And by the way, the day of recording this race, September 2nd, is Rue McIntire's birthday. He turns 35 today, so happy birthday to my brother. So that's
Hey.
pretty cool.
Woo.
Happy birthday!
So anyways, 6th is Michael Norman. 7th, Austin LaPlante. 8th is Pichu London. 9th, Tim Walsh. 10th, Chris Michaels. 11th is Joshua Collard. 12th, Stephen Pollard III. 13th, Dylan Poteet. 14th, David Rivera. 15th, Austin Mongold. 16th, Ryan Acosta. 17th, James Silverfox. 18th, Dorian Face Puncher. 19th, Seth Cole. 20th, Zachary Fitzwater. And then 21st, Anthony McCurry.
And Steve Curry.
Uh,
So McCurry, I gotta interview you now real quick. How's it feel knowing that when you get going, you're gonna hold up a lot of people when they catch you?
should have installed brake lights.
Oh man.
Nah, but honestly, saying that it's
Arca
gonna
brakes.
be a little nervous. It's gonna be a little nervous because of these dang ARPA brakes.
ARPA brakes.
ARPA
Oh my God,
brakes.
that was the big
ARPA
spam.
brakes.
All right, here we go. Green flag is back out with 11 laps to go here in the shootout.
Seemed like the one car just didn't get going. They just left the one on the outside.
Yeah, Trent Dunham didn't quite get going on that restart. And that opens up room for Rue McIntire to get the bottom lane going underneath of him.
I'll tell you one thing, you don't see a lot of people win on their birthday, but you know what? If Rue can really do this, then that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be
Yes,
really
yes,
cool.
it would.
And if he
You're just
does,
21 per second.
and if he does, watch a bunch of people in the comments are gonna be like, "It was rigged."
Rig my ass. Whoa, 48-17.
Hey,
Hashtag NNSCRA rigged.
Oh boy.
Vintage hashtag. It looks like the 10 right there is barely hanging on to the draft. They're just trying to reel in where the 6 is, but is trying to hope the 31 can go low so he can get as much draft as possible.
with them racing 3 wide like this, they'll catch him in no time.
Yeah, and he
will.
is up here in the pack. He's catching up to the draft of Dylan Poteet.
If I were Costa, I better be careful because these guys are racing a little too tight in this 3 wide situation, especially where the middle line is.
This
Yeah.
is the bad thing, though. When you go 3 wide and race like that, whoever's in the lead will start pulling away.
Yeah. And there's the other Dodge Dart that I was looking for. There's Joshua Collard in the 43, who, like I said, is in this race because he got 5 poles last season, which is unprecedented. Whoa, they saved it! What a save by Stephen Paul!
I don't know how long that's going to last, especially with Costa below the yellow line.
Oh, there he goes. He's sideways.
And around goes Acosta. I don't think that's
No
Acosta.
caution unless he comes back up the track and hits somebody, but I
Oh,
think
no
he's going to
caution.
be okay. So,
Hey, Scar, you can tell no lights are off there.
oh, damage glitch.
No lights are off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still green.
But Chris Michaels now up to the lead. Chris
I
Michaels,
was at one point before Acosta would run. How the hell did they save that?
yeah, that was an incredible save by Stephen Pollard III in that 93 Toyota. But,
That was almost.
or not Toyota, Pontiac.
GG.
Yeah.
It goes to 16 now.
Man, that Pontiac just had a really saved car right there. I don't know how he kept that car together, to be honest.
I don't know. And there you see all the smoke from Acosta going sideways.
And the funny thing too is Acosta, he was trying to get into the pack. He just got in and he just got left out again.
Some teammates 1 and 2.
Yeah, teammates David Rivera and Austin Mongold, now they're separated.
It's Blinky leading. Don't blink the field.
Yeah, and also another teammate, Pichu London in the 17, up here in the top 5 as well. So you got 3 out of the 6 Roush Fenway racing cars up here in the top 5.
Don't
And then
count out that 21 too. He's also trying to get into the pack as well. He's not.
and
too
also
far away
Rue
from some
McIntire as
teammates.
well, another teammate is up there too. So yeah, pretty
28,
much
21 drafting.
yeah, 2 teammates from Roush Fenway drafting together on the bottom lane. While
Roush just got a good powerhouse right there.
yeah, they do. They've got a good group of drivers, including last season's champion David Rivera in the 6, who looks to try to go for 2 in a row and be the first driver ever in the history of Walmart Cup Series to go 2 in a row or at least win 2 championships in the series. And
Oh,
yes,
43.
Pichu London now to the lead. And Pichu London is definitely one to forget last season, finishing 39th in the standings. He definitely wants to forget last season and move on to this season.
Yeah, sometimes stuff like that can happen, but it could be a good springboard, though. You can really see, drivers have a bad season one season. All of a sudden, you just see a big 180, and look what happens. They'll have a really good season.
And then Dylan Poteet, who finished in the top 5 in LCQ, he's now trying to get to the front.
And because of that wreck that what happened with the Costa, the one car Dunham, who's the last car in that pack right there, managed to get into there, but the 24 lost it.
Yeah, he lost the pack.
Although that may
Oh, there they
change.
go.
Oh, and there goes Rue. And there goes a caution.
And there goes Collard. Oh, and a hard hit from Washer.
Hard.
Washer hard in the Collard.
Well, how did Rivera miss that?
Oh, man.
I don't know how he missed it. Even though he got up into the wall, he somehow avoided every bit of that mostly.
I just noticed this too. We are going to have a 1-lap shootout. We took the caution with 5 laps to go.
Oh, man, this is...
Lap 12-16.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting
The
really
Blazers leading.
fast. Yeah, Austin Mongold currently up at the front of the field. But hey, this caution's a good break for Ryan Acosta because he'll now be back up in the pack, but will he get held up by slower cars?
Yeah,
Who
I
knows?
think because of all the people who got involved in it. You got Rue McIntire that's there. Oh, actually, we got to keep an eye on this.
All right, it looks like they're going to be okay.
For now, at least.
No, they're gonna be okay. No one's like slowing down extra to get in their proper position, so they're good.
Yeah, and I think the drivers who didn't get a lot of damage, but they kept going, had to be Rivera, and probably had to be Annette. So to see Acosta try to get up there, but even though it's a 1-lap dash, I really don't see him trying to go for the win. So
Right.
that was a caution one too late.
Yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at a replay of what brought the caution out for the second time here at the Budweiser Shootout. Well, it looks like Daniel Day was just a meat and a sandwich between Preston Plord and Cody Lamas, and he comes down in the Preston Plord and gets into him, and that's what started it all. Yeah, right there to hit into Joshua Collard, and David Rivera actually did get a side swipe of that. So he didn't get through completely unscathed.
Of an opening, but then the hole closed up once they came back up the track. If you really look at it again, and you really take a look at the onboard of Washer, I mean, the hole was open, and then it closed just like that.
Yeah, right there, yeah. And how did Daniel Day not get collected by that 24 as he flew back up? It's beyond
and what's
me.
funny too is Washer, he's been used to driving Chevys before, but I've never seen him drive into the 24 before. He had some good experience there, but just the hole closed just like that. So that's a tough break for Washer right there.
Yep. And with that said, let's go ahead and take you to what could be our final restart here at the shootout. Well, after that second caution, 3 cars retired out of the race. Preston Plord, Chris Washer, and Joshua Collard. 1-lap shootout with 18 cars left in the field. Austin Mongold is the leader. Second is Dylan Poteet. Third is Pichu London. Fourth is... did I say 13th when I was talking about third? Never mind. Third, Pichu London. Fourth, Michael Norman. Fifth is Cody Lamas. Sixth is Chris Michaels. 7th is Austin LaPlante. 8th, Trent Dunham. 9th, Stephen Pollard III. 10th, Daniel Day. 11th, David Rivera. 12th, Seth Cole. 13th, Dorian Facepuncher. 14th, Rue McIntire. 15th is James Silverfox. 16th, Anthony McCrory. 17th, Zachary Fitzwater. 18th, Ryan Acosta.
I think, honestly, where I see the people trying to get the win is anywhere in the top 4. I really could see that happening. You can say Michael Norman does have a somewhat chance of winning. And the only way how I can see it is this way. They have a 3-wide battle for the lead off turn 1. 3 car sneaks in off turn 3 and gets the victory. That's the only way how I see Norman winning.
Yeah. And also with Austin Mongold, he won the LCQ. Can he make history and win both the LCQ and the shootout in the same night? It's never been done before, but Mongold has a chance.
Too.
Yeah, Mongold has a shot, but he's going to have to mirror drive and hope to not get wrecked.
This is the best part about super speedway racing is what's going to come up right now.
Yep.
He's trying his best not to disappear, but he can still try to appear and not try to mess up Poteet's chances. But we'll see what happens to the ortho bug and beyond.
The blink.
His green flag is out.
And the white flag is out, too.
Ford jumped out of line.
That 31 got a good run. The 17 did not get going as well.
And now here comes Poteet for the top spot underneath.
Well, he's wasting no time. He's going for it. It's go time.
Yeah.
I think that's 17 of
London.
London.
Yeah.
He's trying to get that run as well, and he got an excellent run off turn 2.
Well, Mongold, he's got a couple more shots to make it happen. He's staying in the draft up high, which has
I
a...
think Mongol just lost it because now here comes Poti for the lead.
Or you mean Pichu.
Or Pichu. I don't know why I said Poti. Yay! Fail.
Anyways, Pichu
Oh,
London.
Michael Norman, he's leaning on him. Sneaking
Ooh,
away.
they almost wrecked somehow. They didn't. But
Hey,
anyways,
that's safe to
Pichu
say,
London.
17 may get it.
Yep, coming to the tri-oval. Pichu London kicks off Season 8 with a bang. Pichu London wins the Budweiser Shootout at Daytona.
Well, one Roush car led at the restart. One Roush car won the race.
Yeah,
What a win-win for Roush there.
indeed. And what a
How about
race it
Trent? He
was.
ended up 5th.
He came out of nowhere at the end. Trent out of
And
nowhere.
dude, Daytona's not his strong suit, but don't count out when it comes to races like the Bud Shootout, Coke 0400, any of those races. He'll do very well. It's just when the 500 comes, it's not his thing.
Right. But with that said, let's take a look at the rest of the results. Dylan Poteet tried, but couldn't get it done at the end. He comes away second. Chris Michaels got up there to finish third. Great run for him. Austin Mongold, so close to making history, but he comes away fourth. And then Trent Dunham. And then Trent Dunham fifth. Great run for him. Michael Norman, solid performance in sixth. Austin LaPlante, great run in seventh. Cody Lamas, great run in eighth. David Rivera comes back, gets a ninth place run. And Dorian Facepuncher, despite damage, gets a 10th place run. And then the rest of the lead lap cars, or the cars that finished, were Seth Cole, Ryan Acosta, James Silverfox, Anthony McCrory, Stephen Pollard III, Rue McIntyre, Zachary Fitzwater, Daniel Day. Everybody else was out of the race after the 2 cautions we had. Preston Blord, Chris Washer, Joshua Collard, Jesse Setti, and Dylan Thoreau. But that does it for the first event of Speed Weeks. We still got plenty more action of Speed Weeks to come. The rest of the Speed Week schedule, up next will be Daytona 500 qualifying, then the Gatorade Duels, and then the Daytona 500. But until then, thank you guys for watching. And I'd like to thank Dylan Young, Anthony McCrory, and Michael Norman for stopping by.
I got mentioned first. I feel special.
Oh, boy.
No problem.
Nah, I'm kidding. But thank you. Appreciate it, though. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
this...
have to fly too far.
Right? And also, once again, me, Levi McIntire, a.k.a. the best beard in NR, saying thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching the Budweiser Shootout double-header event with the LCQ and the Budweiser Shootout. Until we get to the next event in Speed Weeks, peace out, and thank you for watching on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.
John Cena!